Well, really, I came in contact with things as principal of Quinny Mohawk School when we started doing some projects through the Royal Conservatory and bringing in artists and connecting them with teachers in classrooms. We did a number of different approaches really over time, and I could see that the kids absolutely thrived, and it added more to our repertoire. Like, you know, as educators, it just added a whole other dimension to our learning and enhanced what the kids were doing, and they were thrilled with the project. So I guess that's how it started, and made connections with people through that, and we continued in the two communities this year, which is pretty thrilling, because to be able to take arts, any art, and combine it with technology. Technology is so engaging for kids, and art is so healing for kids. So to bring those two things together in a classroom is a pretty special experience.
Sure. Well, my name is Corey General, and in this room I go by Mrs. General. I've been teaching for approximately 7 years now, and I've taught grade 6 for the last 5 years. I think one of the stories I'll share is after we had our own workshop, the teachers had their workshop, we got to explore. I took that immediately to my classroom because I didn't want to forget what I learned, and I wanted to hold on to that. So in my classroom, I have some students that are in varying abilities. And I had 2 students who took it upon themselves to do a project, and they did it on the importance of our native language, and it was in celebration of National Languages Day. And these 2 individuals who did this project, I wouldn't have thought what they made would have developed into what it did. They're usually boys who are very busy, maybe get into some trouble sometimes, need reminders, and they took on this project and they created an awesome video. Their video was actually used at our assembly on that day, and our whole entire school watched their video. And I kind of knew I was going to present that video at that time, and I was in the back, and I remember looking at them, and they were proud. They were humbled, and the entire school clapped for them. So to see 2 kids that perhaps wouldn't be given that opportunity to rise in academics, or feel that they had a voice, or feel that their opinions mattered, that project, that opportunity to use an iPad to get digitally involved, created so much confidence. And it also gave me a perspective that I might be missing out on things, right? Not being able to have that platform, I may not have learned that they were capable of doing that. Like, they taught me something, and I too was humbled in that. Like, wow, this was awesome, we gotta keep doing this, because I'm learning about students on a whole entire different level. The other day when we were doing our iPads here, we have a student that's quiet, and she took charge, right? She's directing, she's saying, let's cut this out, let's do this. And they know so much more than me that I actually become the student, and that's awesome when that happens.
They're open to it, and because of that, you know, they're immediately hands-on with it. But to be able to tap into that learning, and I've seen that. You know, I've seen kids developing their own media works. You know, and being able to express themselves more, and then that opens the technology piece for them, because they sort of, oh my gosh, this is more than just you know, texting my buddies and interacting that way. It really is a tool to communicate.
I know good ones.
And from, I guess from the art perspective, kids are amazingly creative, and oftentimes in schools we can provide sort of limited tools. Kids often learn what the teacher knows or where the teacher's comfortable, rather than having the ability to explore all of the possibilities that they had within their own mind.
Well, I've already been thinking about next year, and kind of going through this process, it taught me that there's a part that's missing. There's a part of that I'm failing my students in the sense that I'm not giving them the best of what's out there or the best that what could be. So this kind of, for me, has gave me a fresh pair of eyes, in a sense, that I'm looking at the future and my future way of teaching and my future of working with kids on an entirely different level. Like I'm thinking, what can we do next year? What are the projects we're going to do? I'm just really excited. I'm excited for the future. And where am I going to go? Like I'm already thinking, how do I use this to talk with my families? And how do I use the iPads and technology to put out into their community what our class is doing? Like it's endless. And that's what I like. I'm excited for the future.
From my point of view, any collaboration, when we can have we're all stronger when we share, right? We're all stronger when we share. So when we share the work of artists with the work of teachers, it only strengthens the whole. And those things make for stronger education for kids. Our schools have to be connected. They have to be community connected, and they have to be open to the many ways of thinking within the community. So this is one way, one vehicle to do that. And it's a vehicle that's respectful and it honors the learning of both.
I think in terms of support, I would like it to be ongoing. One of the things that I told the students too when we were working, I said, our artist was Artie, so I said, use Artie, right? He is our expert.
I'll record that little bit of rap I did. So I'm just gonna press record. Sego silver gwego ha ya wanchi ya no one de what got ka faga daddy nay ganya get ha so chi azo what got ta no ni ji got yes.
So I think the support that I'd like to see in the future is it to be ongoing, in the sense that this was only a little glimpse of what we can do and what we can do together. And it's definitely positive, but one of my worries is that as the summer comes, right, and I get into what I do personally for myself during the summer, is I might forget a little something. So I like to see that ongoing, that connection where that artist still stays connected to those teachers along that journey to say, hey, how are things going, right? For me to share all my goals for next year, to kind of have it that, or know that along the future or sometime during next year, I might have that phone call or that email. How's it going? Is there anything I can do to help you? Because I'm just kind of like, the simple thing of maybe putting sound into a video clip, I might forget that. And just having that person there until I can walk on my own 2 feet. Because right now I feel like I'm learning with those students. So I definitely would like to see projects like this continue, most definitely. I think my favorite experience was, I am a teacher and I sometimes get into that orderly sense. I like things kind of my day ordered and there's a routine. And my favorite experience is getting out of that. And at the end of the day, the kids are all over, but they're creative, they're talking. The noise level is a little high, but it's all good. So when I look at that, that has been the best experience ever. I'm out of my comfort zone. I see them happy. I see them working. I see them sharing. And I called it kind of like that organized chaos in a sense, right? But it's really productive. It's awesome. It's a really good feeling to be around that. Like let our boundaries down a little bit and have fun. That has been the best. And you see different kids, like I see them in a whole new light. Like in a way, like some of me has a little bit regret that I didn't do this sooner, right? Because I'm seeing them just in a different perspective than before. And it's really awesome. I'm really happy for the opportunity that I'm ending it this way, right? The summer is coming soon, and to be able to know that I really got to know them makes me happy.
Just speaking in terms of the community of Six Nations and Tyndall, our schools need to be unique and connected to our children, connected to our culture and spirit. And I think we need to bear in mind the schools have to reflect the values, the Indigenous values, and the connection of communal people. Schools cannot be isolated as they have been in the past. They cannot be used as a means of oppression. They are a coming together, a meeting of all minds. And children, in order to feel connected to schools, and I'm speaking now particularly of Indigenous children in Indigenous communities, the schools have to be a place of nurturing and kindness and respect.
Very, very happy with it. Like, I am very inspired, and not just by everything, but by them. Like, the other day I was reading the Turtle Island, and there was this thing saying, you know, come out and learn drama for free. And I'm thinking, maybe I should go do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's all these free things out in the community that when you start to bring that back, like, I kind of was losing that. You get lost sometimes because you have to get this done and get that done. And I notice all of that stuff gets done. All of that language arts, math, social studies, our learning skills all get done in the activities that they're doing.
Diggity, awesome.